video has been rated Phoebe Halliwell for flashes of story, but nothing that will ruin the story. Hello internet, around here I go by Cat of Diamonds, and this is my Fannish reviews. I figured in this review I could, do it with my bedhead because I just finished a book called Wallbanger. Now Wallbanger is a book that I've borrowed from my friend, and it was just one of those things where I was hanging out at her house and I wanted something to peruse while waiting around for stuff and things to happen, and I started this one. And I was really just like, oh, that's a clever cover. And I asked her if there was an actual cat inside, and there was. And while I don't review all of it, I normally go for YA and science fiction, but every once in a while, another book entices you. I thought it was going to be a guilty pleasure that I never reviewed on this channel or would publicly admit to reading, but I really liked it. Wallbanger is about a successful girl named Caroline. She's 26 years old, lives in San Francisco, has a great career, and has lost her O. Very soon after subletting her boss's apartment, she finds out that her neighbor has quite loud nightly activities. Therefore, his nickname is Wallbanger before she actually meets him. On the surface, Simon seems like a man whore who has a harem of different ladies spending the night in his bed, and as the book goes on, we learn a little bit more about him, and definitely more about Caroline, and we learn more about their sex lives. The problem that I have with romantic sexy time books that are marketed to women is that it is all about the sexy and not very much about the characters. And I really loved Caroline and all of her friends, and Simon and his friends, and as they were as characters. I related to Alice way more than I expected to, and it's probably why I loved this book so much. I didn't relate to her successful job, but I did relate to her unsuccessful relationships. She's actually quite happy with being single, which I am too, but she's not exactly happy with not having a big O. Where Carolina and I agree on is that I'm in my upper 20s and I don't want to waste my time playing games. I don't want to risk having a hookup because and what I really like about Simon is even though he seems to have a promiscuous sex life, he really doesn't. And I think what I loved most about Simon and Caroline's relationship in this book as it developed is that it explored the possibilities that there is more than gender roles out there, both in sex lives and in committed monogamous relationships. It shows that there's a spectrum of relationship options that work out there. One thing isn't going to work for another couple. Some people really don't know what they're looking for and probably are so focused on what they are looking for that they're missing what's right in front of them. It was just an enjoyable book that characters grew, and then there were some sexy times. I really don't know how much more to talk about with this book without giving too much away. I really liked it. There is a second one that explores their relationship as it's left off in this book. And since I've grown fond of both leading characters and the supporting ones, I'm looking forward to going and finding it somewhere. Honestly, I would rate this book as a buy. If not, definitely borrow it if this is something you're in the mood for. And that's about it for Wallbanger. As always, happy reading.